same skills as a man, she should get the same salary. Is it not Islamic? It's Islamic. Same skill, same salary for men and women. If only us as Muslims, we were talking about this in this society, don't you think that they are going to hear what we have to say? And many of our fellow citizens, they will say, oh, I didn't know that Muslims were for that. About the environment, global warming. It's as if as Muslims it's a secondary issue. When you come back to the Sunnah of Rasul ﷺ, he was teaching the people to respect nature, the running stream, everything. You have to respect the animals, even the dog. You are going to paradise because you are saving a dog. And we, today, while we are facing all these problems, we are not vocal about these problems. This is a duty. This is where the Muslims, as citizens, are coming back to the mainstream. We have the same value. Don't wait for the Arab upspring, the uprising in the so-called spring. By the way, I'm not sure still if it's spring. Anyway, the uprising there. Don't wait for what is happening there to say, oh, the Muslims have the same value as you. This is the truth. In fact, what is happening in Syria, what is happening in Egypt, in Tunisia, in Yemen, in Bahrain, these are people who are standing for justice, dignity, against dictatorship. These are our values, and this should be the same values. These are the same values that the people are respecting here. These are our values. These are not Western values. These are universal shared values. So let us come to the mainstream as Muslims and say, okay, these are our duties, our ethics of citizenship, that we have to be involved as men and women in this society, and to avoid any victim mentality or minority feeling, to come to the mainstream with the very message that we have. And we should use Ramadan, and we should use our practices, and we should use our way of worshiping Allah. We should use the lessons that we have from our religion to be able to do this. And this is for all the people. This is for all the people. We should be the driving force. إِنَّمَا بُعِثْتُ لِأُتَمِّمَ مَكَارِمَ الْأَخْلَاقِ. For all the people, he has been sent to just help us to achieve the best characters, the best values for the people. This is what we should do. And once again, we have to be serious about this. It's good to come here and to support, and we need to support these projects, but it's very important to be like this for all the people. And the last point, it's all good, we have to be involved, this is our duties. We also need to be clear on two things. Our loyalty to this country is also to be critical. I know the people, sometimes they want me to stop here to say, okay, you said what is important. No, I'm sorry, there's still one thing which is important. And this is what I call the critical loyalty. We are not in, you're Americans now. You live in this country. And if you want to be constructive, if you want to be useful, if you want to be positive, you want to be a gift for this country, is also to remind this country that are things that are done in the name of this country that are not right. That they have, maybe we have to reassess them. And once again, it's within and abroad. Within, it's about justice, when, as I said, racism is a reality. When in the youth state, you know, to tell you the truth, I'm going to be frank with you. Every time I think about Texas, I have a problem. And especially with the way, you know, some people are killed in this state with the death penalty. I have a problem. I have a problem because your system is not a just system. If you are white and rich, you are going to be safe. If you are black and poor, you're not going to be safe. And as someone who is visiting this country, I would say if you are an American, you can't be silent. You know why? Because in Allah, God comes justice. And if you have to be just, at least, when someone is killed in an unjust way, at least, ذلك أضعف الإيمان, your heart shouldn't be happy. If you cannot speak or you cannot act, and I would say that I would act. I would be against it. And I said it in 2000, and some Muslims, when I said it before September 11, said, don't speak about this, it's not good here. You don't know America. I'm sorry. If to speak that way means that I don't know America, I prefer not to know America, but to stand by my principles. My principles are principles of justice. I'm not going to keep quiet on that. My point is, we want to reform the system to have a just system. So if you are rich, or if you are poor, if you are black, or if you are white, justice for all. Within, this is what we need. If you are black and you have the skills and you want a job, you should get it. If you are a Muslim, if you are a woman and you get the skills, you should get it. This is why we have to be critically loyal. This is what I call the critical loyalty to the country. And this is, by the way, exactly what faith should be in our heart. El-Furqan is this, the discernment. You are in this country, you take what is right, but when you see something which is wrong, you have to speak out. In a wise way. It doesn't mean that you have to be violent. It doesn't mean that you have to say, this is America, everything is bad. That's not true. In this country, not everything is bad. America is not a bad society. It's a good society with many things to be reformed. Exactly with, like all the other societies in the world. And maybe we have to reform more in the Muslim majority countries. It's not maybe. It's a certainty. We know that. We know that. You know, I'm talking like this, but when I go to some petromonarchies, I'm talking about the immigrants in this country, I can say exactly the same, that some immigrants are treated like slaves in some petromonarchies. So it's not, we have to be consistent. If we say this here, we should say it there. I'm not going to be shy about this. Consistency means consistency. Justice is justice for all. Because it's easier to be a poor Pakistani in the United States of America than to be a poor Pakistani in some petromonarchies. Because this is the reality of it. So I think that this is where we have to be loyal, but in a critical way. And this is the way I understand Kalimatul Haq. That should be said. Imam Sultan in Jair, even in front of a tyrant, you have to speak your mind, you have to speak the truth. And as Muslims, this is the very, you know, the Prophet ﷺ, when he was facing enemies, he was standing up. But when he came back to Mecca winning, he was prostrating on his horse. Because this is the way. A winner is Alhamdulillah. But if you want me, well, try. You will find me. I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to give up. Right is right. So we have to come here to come with it. And also outside. Let this country understand that you are American citizens and you are courageous to speak about what is happening abroad. That you want this country to stick and to abide by its own principles. That democracy here means democracy there. Don't support the dictators. Don't support the torturers. You should be courageous enough. I know it's not easy, but at the end of the day, who told you that it's going to be easy? Who told you that it's going to be easy to be just? It's easy to sit down. That's for sure. Al-Qa'idun. Those who are sitting down, this is easy. But to stand up and to be consistent, at the end of the day, if you want to reform this society for the better, you should stand up. But if all our message is all that we want to be good Muslim, we want our money, we want our salary, we can sit down and give for others to do the job. Wallahu a'lam. Wa a'lam. Wa ahkam. And please, the brother was saying just before that we have to pray for him. Please pray for the family, and I hope that you will get it right. What I was really trying to say is that we are not going to get this true citizenship if we don't go back to the essence of our religion, which is this deep spirituality based on our relationship to Allah and the mainstream, that we are not here to please the people, we are here to please Him. That at the end of the day, it's all about understanding the very essence of worship. And everything here, it's our spirituality, our duties, and then also our rights. And let it be the way it should be. That at the end of the day, if I was asked, and I'm asked, are you optimistic? The only thing which is important is for every one of us here to understand that at the end of the day, if we are serious about being Muslims, if we are coming back to the essence of this love, and to be loved by Allah, to love Him, the very meaning of what it means to wake up in the morning to pray when all the people are sleeping, very meaning to pray during the night, Taraweeh, when we are fasting. If we are serious about this, at the end of the day, the only lesson that we can get out of it is we are a gift for the United States of America. Not because we want the people to convert to Islam, but we want to be the witnesses to our message before all our fellow citizens. Wallahu a'lam wa ala wahkam wa assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Takbir!